Congressman, sa pagtayaan ninyo, ilang porsyento ng makakasama nyo dyan sa House of Representatives yung kawatan?
Actually, meron talagang mga congressman na hindi kumukuha ng kickback.
Hindi,
Pero
pero ilan po yung porsyento ng mga corrupt? Yung mga kawatan, base sa mga nadidescribe ninyo.
hindi na nila ako kakausapin pagkatapos ito.
Porsyento lang naman eh. Why would they feel alluded to? Eh, kung hindi naman sila magnanakaw.
Pwede kong sasabihin na may mga nakausap ako na naniniwala ko talagang hindi kumukuha ng kickback. Pero ang difference nila sa akin, dahil baka mas matanda sila sa akin, sinasabi nila, hindi nila nalang pinapakialaman ang district engineering office nila. At ganun talaga ang sistema. At ang mangyayari, kung hindi ako nag-iingay katulad nito, yung district engineer ko sana ang kukuha ng 25% na lang. Kasi pipili siya ng contractor na kaibigan niya na pareho yung presyo, buo, may kasamang pang 25, kukunin niya yung 25. Kaya,
parang yun.
Like, what do you think is the model good governance district in the country, Mr. Esguerra?
Ano po?
No,
wala akong maisip eh. Wala akong maisip.
Any. What congressional district, what province has the
hindi kasi ganun kataas ang standard ko sa mga congressional districts, pasensya na po. Medyo matagal din po ako nag-cover yan, kaya medyo hindi ganun kataas ang credibility ng mga congressman sa akin.
Whatever it is, even if the congressman is squeaky clean, check if the prices in the bids of DPWH in that district are 30% lower than other districts. And they are not. Walang congressional district sa bansa, sa pagkakaalam ko, ang outlier sa presyo. Kasi kung yung congressman hindi kumukuha ng kickback, kinukuha pa, napakaswerte ng mga district engineering office officials ng mga distrito na hindi kinukuha ng congressman ang kanyang kickback. Kaya ako galit kasi hindi ko balak na kunin yung akin. Pero kung hindi ko ito gagawing issue, may 400M a year yung mga taga First District Engineering Office ng Batangas.
Correct. Ibig sabihin, pag hindi kinuha ng congressman, sigurado may kukuha niyan.
Kasi nasa budget.
Oo. Okay. Yung non-allocable budget.
Okay.
This is very interesting. Non-allocable. Lumabas din to sa Blue Ribbon Committee investigation. Yung tinatawag na Leadership Fund. How does this work?
The congressman does not choose the contractor. Someone else does. And the congressman doesn't know necessarily, basta the DPWH system just handles bidding it out and giving it to somebody. But officially, the non-allocable projects are those that are priority of DPWH. That's why they say the congressman cannot amend that project out of the budget. But it's the central office that decides what these non-allocable projects are. And because of that discretion, doon report na nagkaroon ng bentahan ng mga proyekto ng central office.
Pero doon po ba sa non-allocable, pwede pa rin kumita si congressman o hindi na?
May parking fee.
Okay. Ito yung parking fee. Walang alam si congressman, bigla nagland doon yung allocation sa kanyang distrito. Pero para hindi na siya mag-ingay, ito na yung para sa'yo. Ito yun.
Yes.
Okay. O sige, so yun nga.
But the point I make about non-allocable is this. Let's say in the 2026 budget, there's 400B of allocable and there's 100B of non-allocable. After the election, my district engineer messaged my staff with lists from contractors of projects that they were going to insert into the NEP. And when the NEP came out, one of the projects was in the NEP. So this is my proof that the non-allocable is where the contractors insert their projects. Dito po ang text. Ito nga pala dati.
Medyo maliit, napakibasa nga po. Medyo maliit.
Ito na nga pala, dati na ding may nag-aasikaso ng pondo pero wala pa namang bumabalik sa amin na letter kung denied or hindi. Thanks ma'am, i-forward ko din yung iba pa. Contractor sa regional office ang nag-request niya dati ma'am, last year pa. So this picture shows list of asphalt overlay projects, and then yun nga ay isa sa mga asphalt overlay projects na lumabas sa NEP ng DPWH.
So and ito, pinapark ba sa inyong distrito ito?
Yeah, so the reason why they will forewarn the congressman na may naglagay nito sa iyo, dahil pag lumabas siya, hindi yan akin, hindi ako yung pipili ng contractor. Si contractor na yung nagpasok. Bakit?
Ilang porsyento yung parking sa congressman?
I believe 5. But
5%.
I never really got that far. But the question is, bakit ni DPWH pinagbigyan yung 135 million pesos na pinasok nitong contractor sa asphalt overlay sa aking distrito? I don't think it's just because of friendship with that contractor. And yung Senate testimony is paglabas pa lang sa NEP, may bayad na. So these texts were in June, and that's the time when sinusulat ng DPWH yung NEP. And I believe that all around the country, yung mga district engineers, parang sila yung nag-aahente sa mga contractor na, okay, ito ipapasok ko sa request for budget proposal ko para sa central office, tignan natin ano yung lalabas. So may iba pang mga contractors na dito nakalagay, ito po yung isang 1B na for funding, hiningi po ng isang contractor na tutulong magpa-release ng funds. So like yung contractors, not hiding the fact na sila yung nagpapa-fund ng project sa central office. And just to link it back to the controversy with which we began this interview, this is why I asked that we put the officials of DPWH to a higher standard, because they have the discretion to choose what project gets funded, and those projects have high prices and a history of kickbacks. And I do not believe that with the 100 billion pesos of non-allocable projects in the 2026 budget, there is not kickbacks being offered in exchange for including that in the budget.
Dito sa example na binanggit ninyo, nakausap niyo yung district engineer sa inyo. Meron po ba kayong pinakasuhan na dito?
Yung district engineer na nag-send ng message na to, yung a month later nagbigay sa akin ng cash na kinasuhan ko na nga. And
siya yun. Pero yung contractor involved po?
Well, I don't know who's the contractor that gave him that list. And by the way, after this whole thing happened, yung non-allocable sa district ko, tinanggal sa revised NEP, nilipat sa ibang distrito. Kasi hindi mo naman ilalagay na yung non-allocable mo sa isang distrito na hindi magre-rig ng bid. Hindi mo na ma-implement yung plan mo. And that's why the appearance of non-allocable in a district is also suspect, because then if contractors are buying projects and putting it in, for example, the case of Bulacan First District, kaya maraming mga naglagay doon kasi hindi lang sila may SOP, silang may pinakamataas na SOP. Kaya dapat natin talaga tignan ano yung mga distrito na malaki ang mga allocable, baka may correlation dyan sa kung saan may pinakamataas na kickback.
Okay. O, sige.
And the DPWH has this data. So I showed you my district's allocable and non-allocable. They can show what's the list of non-allocable in the whole country, and if defenders will say, wala nang kickback sa DPWH, anong masama sa maging transparent tayo?